it's not hard. Just showing the next person the same love you want to be showed.
This is Champaign is Also a Band podcast. One songwriter, one song. I'm Sven, your host for a journey into the music of Champaign-Urbana. Recorded in the Blue Box studio with a songwriter from the Champaign-Urbana music scene, past or present. Champaign is Also a Band podcast is proud to be a part of the Champaign Showers Podcast Network. Welcome to Champaign is Also a Band podcast. Today, I have DB. DB, welcome to the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So today we're going to be talking about your song, EOTA, off of your recently released album, Vitamin DB.
Yes, sir.
So I guess without further ado, let's listen to the song.
Been a whole lot of cap from the start. I'm from the east side of the arch. Niggas be talking that tough shit, but they never make it that far. I probably go shoot my shot at your bitch, and I bet she gon' eat me apart. My people probably shoot shots at your tents if you creeping around when it's dark. This shit exclusive for show. Me and bro after the charts. She wanna just know how I feel, but I do not know where to start. My bitch just roll up the wood of that gas, and the pressure stank like a fart. I don't think none of these niggas gon' last, cause don't none of these niggas got heart. I heard her sneaking and creeping, I'm all in they face, they got nothing to say now. Moved out the way for some distance, your homies be plotting on you anyway now. This bitch, she used to just curb me at first, now she want me, I'm having my way now. I probably would've won all in her purse, now I'm not even on the yen cake now. I know when I get way to the top, it's gonna be folks tryna tear down my legacy. Do what you do, but don't get it confused, I bet you gon' know who them two letters be. Not in the mix, I'm knee deep in your bitch, she be loving the dick, she be telling me. Beating the kitty, I'm killing the pussy, the ops tryna give me a felony. I'm from the east side of the arch, I just threw on a fit just to get food off State Street. If it's really about the pressure, then show me, cause I know these niggas like fake beef. I got my foot on their neck and my foot on the gas, and I'm making them hate me. Niggas be tryna fight over a bitch, whole time lil' mama can't take D. I know the real from the fake, you gotta tell them apart. They act like they with you, then hate. I'm cutting them off from the start. If I get to sending some shots, you won't make it to the bar. Took your lady on a date, I'ma fuck her in the car. A lot of cap from the start. I'm from the east side of the arch. Niggas be talking that tough shit, but they never make it that far. I probably go shoot my shot at your bitch, and I bet she gon' eat me apart. My people probably shoot shots at your tents if you creeping around when it's dark. This shit exclusive for show. Me and bro after the charts. She wanna just know how I feel, but I do not know where to start. My bitch just roll up the wood of that gas, and the pressure stank like a fart. I don't think none of these niggas gon' last, cause don't none of these niggas got heart. I don't think nobody really heals. Sometimes when I spit it give me chills. I had to sell all my kicks, I got fired, I ain't had no money to pay the bills. I made a way on my last buck, I cannot carry on my last fuck. I really came from the struggle, so fuck all that humble shit up in my cash up. I know some niggas that act tough, I know some niggas that mask up. That's how I know that it's cap, bruh. All of these niggas, they brag much. From the east side of the arch and I'm reppin' it. Don't try with us cause we steppin' shit. He get out his body, I'm checking it. Told him come shot with us, a whole lot of cap from the start. I'm from the east side of the arch. Niggas be talking that tough shit, but they never make it that far. I probably go shoot my shot at your bitch, and I bet she gon' eat me apart. My people probably shoot shots at your tents if you creeping around when it's dark. This shit exclusive for show. Me and bro after the charts. She wanna just know how I feel, but I do not know where to start. My bitch just roll up the wood of that gas, and the pressure stank like a fart. I don't think none of these niggas gon' last, cause don't none of these niggas got heart. No heart. Hey bro. lot of cap from the start.
So, of course, my first and favorite question to always ask is, what came first? Was it the music or was it the words?
What do you mean? Like, was it the instrument?
Yeah,
basically?
so, like, you worked with the producer,
Yeah.
and the producer was House in the Hills and JUCO. And so what I find interesting is, like, are you somehow inspired by, like, a series of lyrics that pop into your head and then you find the music later? Or is it you heard the music from the producer and you're like, that's it, and then I'll write words to it?
Hills will send me like different beats every day just until I find my own beats that I like. He does a lot of collaboration with different people, so I never personally met JUCO.
Oh, cool.
But he put me in the mix.
Yeah.
So actually, it was the instrumental first, and then I put my words to it.
When you heard the music, like, what was your going through your head? Like, what did you want to start talking about? Like, what was the idea?
The idea behind it, I wanted to just show like my side of East St. Louis. That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
So like explain like a little bit of me and what I've been through in my side of town.
So and that's part of your hook there, where it's I'm calling it the hook, but it's the part you repeat. So I'm calling it the hook.
Yeah, you're right.
But you keep saying you're east side of the arch.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's got to be East St. Louis. I'm just curious, like, was it the hook that started first when you did it, or okay?
A whole lot of cap from the start. I like that.
You know, I'm just going to ask. So, when you say a whole lot of cap from the start, what do you mean?
A lot of BS. Like, it's a lot of bullshit out there. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. You can say whatever you want, and I was going to say I'll follow your lead, so I won't say anything that you don't say. You know what I mean, like the F word or whatever. So, I mean, as I said, yeah.
I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, a whole lot of cap from the start.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
It's basically like a whole lot of bullshit like that. It's I feel like it's a lot of like. It's almost like crabs in a bucket. Like everybody's trying to do the same thing, but doesn't want to work together to get out the bucket.
Were you in East St. Louis at the time that you started working on this project, or are you just referring back to it?
I was referring back. I actually recorded this at home.
You're a recent transplant, so to speak, to Champaign, Urbana, so welcome, of course. But the whole album, was it produced by House in the Hills and JUCO?
No, it wasn't all produced, but Hills did like 4 of my songs off of that. I had 10 or 11 on the album, but I wanted to do it to where it was like a lot of producers that I know personally.
Yeah.
There was only like one producer that I didn't know personally on the album, and I just picked a YouTube beat and released it off of that.
So you received the beats from your producer, and what jumped out at you about this? The thing that I love about it is like there's that marimba kind of going in, and it's got that like off beat to it, but you kind of mimic it a little bit with your rhythm. I'm just curious, like, when did you say these two have to meet? You have to put these words with that.
The way I record is kind of like, it's kind of weird to me, but like I'll just play the beat and I'll literally record myself making 10 different verses until like, oh yeah, I like that. Or like, I'll pick the first couple words and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna place this here.
That's interesting. You said you recorded at home. Like, what's your process for recording at home, other than you just kind of throw what kind of sticks? Or
with this one, I recorded myself on Snapchat actually. Like I played the beat in the background, I just recorded myself on Snapchat, and then
really
I listened to the videos over and over and was like, okay, I like that, or I don't like it, or.
And that's how you actually
that's how I
wrote
it. Piecing the songs together.
Okay, cool.
It's weird. I mean, that's what I say. It's weird.
Talk about like, people working and writing back in the day. Like, how did they do it? I mean, like you had tape players maybe at the very beginning, like in the 80s, you had like tape players. But but like my handwriting's terrible. I would never be. I'd be like, at least I could type now. Let's jump into some of these spots. There's like, where should I start? There's so many parts that I just love in this, and I'm just curious what was kind of going through your head. And I appreciate the fact that this is very much like you're still trying to prove yourself in some ways. I think that's something that I love about this so much. And then there's that spot where it's going along, and then all of a sudden you have the break from the beats, and then you do I know the real from the fake. You've got to tell them apart. Yeah. When did that come about?
I was working with a team of people that I no longer even deal with at all. Last year, I feel like I found my closest and my real team, I guess.
Yeah.
Like everybody's doing the same thing. We all pushing for the same goal. When my friend drops an album, we all push this album. When I drop an album, we push mine. It's like, it just, I don't know, it works better. I know the real from the fake now.
When you refer to my people, are you referring to the same people that are here that are the true friends, or are you in the hook? You say my people probably shot. Of course, I ruined the lyrics.
Probably shoot shots at your tents if you're creeping around when it's dark.
Yeah. I'm just curious, like if that's.
It's more so like family members. Like if you, that's what I meant by it. So like basically, if somebody is on a type of thing where they don't agree, or like maybe a disagreement with me, and you know how it is out here. Champaign is kind of rough. Start unnecessary drama. My people from back home don't deal with that type of stuff. That's what I was gonna say.
Me interpreting your lyrics says probably more about me than it does about you, but
I like it honestly.
So I always find it fascinating. You know, one of my favorite parts is, you know, when you speak about things that are like very personal and very like vulnerable in a way. Like most of this has like I'm gonna be strong. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna get through this. I've got my friends, the people that I trust now. But I know when I get way to the top, it's got to be good old progressive lenses. There we go. It's go be folks try and tear down my legacy. I just keep thinking about, you know, the few things that we have in this life are, you know, what we can kind of leave behind. You know, I mean, like our existence is pretty temporary, but the things that we try to leave behind can be, you know, interpreted as our legacy. And I'm just kind of curious, like, what do you see as your legacy?
My legacy, so I haven't did any since I've been here, but back home I threw multiple events for people that maybe couldn't get themselves a chance on the stage. So I threw 5 showcases, open mics, pool parties, anything I can to get my name out there. So I feel like that's part of my legacy. And then I got like music. I feel like the music lives forever.
You know, with the internet, you know, stuff just is there, right? So I'm going to tell you what my favorite part is. As part of the part that I mentioned before, I love I don't think really heals.
Oh, I don't think nobody really heals.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I spit it, give me chills.
Yeah, like I admire the fact of this idea of, you know, the thing that inspires you, the thing that drives you. Again, I'm speaking from my interpretation. It's the things that have hurt you, and like even though
like,
you may
it's made me though at the same time.
Yeah. I'm curious, like what were you thinking when you went through those lines, or what was going on, especially when, you know, it give me chills, but also I just sell my kicks when I got fired to pay the bills. Yeah. And you know, I mean that's again another hardship that you learn from and grow from, and so I don't know. I'm just
I was looking back into like younger days, like first graduating high school. It was kind of hard for me, so I was like, I had to sell my shoes. I didn't have enough money after I got fired.
So that's
like I had Jordans.
True story?
Yes, sir. Wow. Yes, sir. I sold Jordans. I took stuff to the pawn shop to make money for my car note.
I'm kind of curious because, you know, this lands kind of midway through the album, and I don't know if you're looking at the whole album as like a whole narrative, a whole story going on there, but it's just interesting to me that this is kind of part of that journey as you're talking, and I'm just kind of curious, like, do you see this as like a turning point, or do you see this as part of the straight keep going?
Oh, this is a keep going. Yeah, going. Yeah, I got to keep going. I want to drop a project next month. I haven't thought of an idea yet, but I'm thinking like 6 tracks.
Say that again?
I'm thinking like 6 songs on the next album, EP.
Excellent. What is fake beef?
Fake beef?
Yeah, you said half these N-words like fake beef.
It's like social media, like talking on social media. If you're addressing me on social media about some stuff, I feel like it's fake beef. If you see me in person and you don't do anything, that's fake beef. Like, I don't know.
Oh, gotcha. I can explain it. Yeah. What's your favorite part in this song?
Of this song? I like that part too. That I don't think nobody really heals. Like you said, it made me kind of vulnerable. It really happened.
I guess
it was like almost I was talking to Hills too. So it's like, even though he wasn't in the studio when I recorded it, it was like he was there, kind of.
The way that I heard it, and as I looked at this, I was thinking about it. And when you reference Hills, are you talking about the
producer, House in the Hills?
Yeah. I was curious why it was capitalized, and I thought maybe, but the way that you say it, when you say it, I thought it sounds like you said, and so I don't think nobody really heals.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I was just
That's
like,
a good bar too.
Because I mean, I love the way that, because I was thinking, gosh, because as I said, like the things that like hurt us in the past are the things that drive us, but in using it, you never really heal. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love when it, by the sound of it,
it's like a double bar.
Yeah.
It's like a play on words almost.
I love it. Yeah, that's your favorite part. Tell me a little bit about why you wanted to pick this song out of the album for.
Honestly, it's a favorite for a lot of people, and
Gotcha.
A lot of people I went around and asked like a lot of friends, and I'm like, I don't know what song to do.
Right.
Let's do the EOTA one. It's like a favorite off the album.
Even in the midst of the current coronavirus pandemic, the Jubilee Cafe is continuing to serve packaged, home-cooked meals free to all every Monday evening, 5 to 6:30 p.m. Meals are available for pickup outside the 6th Street door to the Community United Church of Christ in Champaign, Illinois, 805 South 6th Street. Jubilee Cafe's mission remains the same. Feed hungry people by cooking healthy and delicious meals. We are open to anyone who cares to receive a meal. For information on the meal or how to volunteer, go to the Jubilee Cafe CUCC Facebook page or email us at jubilee.cafe@community-ucc.org. Welcome back. DB, do you have a favorite local venue?
So last weekend I actually performed at the IMC, and I like that building a lot. I actually want to rent it and throw my own event there.
Yeah, do it.
If possible. And then I honestly want to perform at Canopy. I never performed there, though.
Have you tried their open mic?
Canopy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have before.
Oh, okay. So you have performed, but not like in the same way, right?
There wasn't a lot of people there. I know how it's different for the actual Canopy events, too. I performed at 51 Main before they closed, if you know what that is. Yeah. But it was like an open mic there, too. I've been there, but I never performed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a great spot too. I hope that they bring back like the Cypher and stuff like that. So that'd be cool. I mean, like
would be down,
they try to do it once a month or whatever. So hopefully they bring that. I mean, it's hard to tell what actually is happening these days. Like what. Do
you go to a lot of events?
I try to. Unfortunately, it's been like with the pandemic and stuff. Like I've had my own like
stay in your own little bubble.
Yeah. It's so weird. Well, and I also live like half an hour away, so it's like sometimes once I finish my work, it's like I want to just get home and be home, and maybe once we can have more outdoor events, that'll be a little bit easier, and when it stays light for longer, that would help. When they did that before at the time it was called Blackbird, they had the Cypher. Champaign Cypher is where they had that, and sometimes they'll have things over at Canopy. Was there a great place that you saw a great show?
I liked the last show I did in Champaign at the IMC. It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
It was like genuine almost, because I don't know a lot of people from here. Not even almost. It was genuine because I don't know anybody from here. So I feel like anybody that shows love is like, oh, you really like me?
Yeah. There were like five people, right? Right. Performing? Yeah.
It was it might have been maybe 10.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, wow. Oh, man. So how long ago was that, did you say?
It was last Saturday.
Oh, man.
And then this past Saturday, I had a show in St. Louis with the same guy. So it was fun.
You were in East St. Louis for a while. Like, how does the scene compare? I'm just curious, because they're kind of a nice spot in the Midwest, but I'm also curious, like, how shows and, like, the community seems different.
I feel like it's harder to get on shows out here if you don't know anybody. Back home, I could just, like, call a number on a flyer and they'll be like, okay, it's this much to come perform.
Interesting. And how long have you been in town?
I've been here like 2 years, though.
Unfortunately, it's like you kind of got to start knowing people. And that's the thing, is it is very much like try to
okay
be
with
like
networking too, so it's not. I don't have. I don't know if you heard about that summer camp event. I was trying to be a part of that, but it was too late.
That tends to be kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. I never knew anything about it. I would have tried to do it early this year.
The big event of it, but damn, it's like every time it's like the more and more I hear about it, the bigger it's gotten. And there's like huge acts, and a lot of our local people are performing out there. So I mean, I guess I'm kind of curious. So besides like having trouble, not necessarily trouble, but the connections being a little bit different, like how's the feel in terms of performing for people? Is that good, or which one's more receptive to you performing? Like who gets more into it, should I say?
I think that goes back with like knowing a lot of people, because I went to the last Champaign show and I had like 4 of my Champaign friends come with me, and they like, you know what I'm saying, they made a lot of noise and showed love, but it was like I didn't have my home base, you know what I'm saying? So it was, when I went home for this past show, it was, like I had it. You could hear the crowd singing the song. I liked it. You know,
I can't speak from personal experience, but I feel like having people sing back your words are like, it's got to be.
It takes some breath off you too. I can just put the mic in the crowd.
Nice.
Like, give me a second. Let me breathe for a minute.
Nice. My big question is always, so what do you think makes a good music community?
I say uplifting the next person, whether it be just giving them advice or actually showing them where to go. I don't know. I just feel like it's not hard. Just showing the next person the same love you want to be shown.
So I'm curious, like, is there anybody you want to like shout out that actually has been that kind of person to you?
Daddy is, his producer name is Renaissance Man. He actually on the album too. He showed a lot of love. I actually want to get him on your show too if I can. There's a guy named Roxy I met out here. He shows a lot of love. He made a beat on the album as well. And a guy named J-Walk. I met all 3 of them out here. They're all 3 of them producers. So I met Jeff working at Fridays, and he was like, "Oh, I make beats." So I'm like, "Oh yeah, do you?" Nice. And then Daddy is somebody else told me he engineers, but I didn't know he made beats. So then I went over there.
Did you mix down and master your own music, or
no? Thaddeus does.
Oh, Thaddeus. Okay, cool.
Thaddeus does all that. So I'll record everything. I'll get it like cut up to like where the air is not in between the vocals and everything, all the way down, so he can just do his part and make it easier on him.
Right.
So I'll send my raw vocals over with the beat.
Cool.
He'll mix it, send it back.
When you said that you had done it, I was like, wow, that's it. For recording it at home, it sounds it sounds really like nice, and like the bass is good and like everything's crisp, and I don't know, it's good.
I like it.
Is there anything you think like Champaign-Urbana could do better?
I can't think of anything. Not as far as what they can do better. I guess more events.
Right.
But I know the COVID thing, so it's like kind of slowing things down. But I got to get out here myself and throw my own event, so
that's true. Well, and it also seems like it's tough when there's not a ton of venues that are
willing to open. Did you know they have a downstairs bar here?
Oh yeah, did I mention that we're at Guidos? Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never
seen it at all.
I've never seen it. They do like trivia and stuff, right?
Karaoke night and stuff like that.
That'd be cool. Yeah, seriously, do that.
I was thinking about doing it down there too. There's a couple of spots I've been checking out.
Yeah, so how long have you been putting events together and that kind of thing?
If I can tell you a year. Okay, my first event, it had to be like 2016. I threw a party. It was like around Christmas. It's kind of funny. I called it Twerkmas.
Twerkmas, yeah. Nice.
So we threw an event, and we only charged like $5 for everybody to get in. But me and my cousin made like $700 a piece. It was
nice.
Then after that, I was like, let's try doing something different.
Yeah.
So then I threw a showcase. My first showcase, I was like, well, the plan was the artists have to spend $30 to perform, but I give them like 6 tickets to sell. They can either sell them or they can give them out free, just to get more people to come. And then, that was basically it.
Champaign is also a band podcast is proud to support Exile on Main Street. Exile on Main Street, located in the old train station building at 100 North Chestnut Street in downtown Champaign, has been helping to build record collections since 2004. Carrying a wide array of new and used LPs, CDs, and video games. Exile on Main Street has something for just about any music enthusiast and old-school gaming devotee. Exile also hosts regular free live music shows on its stage, so be sure to check out their Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages for the up-to-date details on the next upcoming event. Open 7 days a week. They can be reached by phone at 217-398-MAIN. That's 217-398-6246. Welcome back. DB, what is your favorite non-musical thing or things?
Favorite non-musical thing?
Could be anything.
What's yours?
Mine, being lazy. Literally, like any chance that I can not have to think about doing anything, sit and watch Netflix, let everything go for a while. But, you know, I also, it's balanced by the need to always make sure that everything's taken care of, and then I can finally relax. So I feel like if I can get things taken care of and then I can be lazy, it's like I've done a good job, you know?
I guess I'll say like playing a game or something. Like I play Xbox.
What's your favorite Xbox game?
I like more of the sports games, like 2K or football or Madden or something like that.
Do you have a favorite Madden, like a year, or is it
no,
like
no?
No,
I don't play a lot of Madden.
Just any.
I'm more of a basketball.
Oh, I thought you said.
I have Madden too, but I'm more of a basketball. Yeah.
Well, so basketball. Which version?
If I had to pick a 2K, it might have been maybe the 20. Was that 20? I know LeBron was on the cover with the Miami Heat. That's all I remember.
Honestly, I don't.
That might have been the best
I
one.
don't remember these things.
I like this gen too. I haven't played the new generation though. I still have the old model.
The last game system I had was a Wii, so now you know, like the original Wii. So yeah, it's been a while. DB, thank you for being on the show.
Nice
I appreciate it. Yeah, and you know, it's been some weird weather and it's been hard to like get together. So I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me and you know just make this happen. And I look forward to seeing and hearing more music from you.
Same. Thank you for listening to Champaign is also a band podcast. This is DB, your favorite two initials, reminding you great music is out there. Go find it where you live.
That's a wrap.
You almost have an NPR voice. It's so good.
Studio, sound bigger on the inside.